Hi everyone, welcome to Atma Yoga Shala's Fresh and 15. Today we're going to work on our splits and hip opening exercises. So stretch your legs out. First check how mobile your hips are. So try and do half Padmasana and make sure if your knee touches the floor, that means you are very mobile in your hips. If it does not touch the floor, if your knees slightly up, like what I'm showing you right now, then you have to do a lot of work on your hip mobility. So that's what we're going to learn today. So once you assess your situation, try to do again another asana called Baddha Konasana or a butterfly. Again, to understand how mobile your hips are. If your knee touches the floor, your hip is very open. If your knee does not touch the floor, then we have to use these stretches. The first one is been there forever. It's like hugging your leg to your chest and rocking a baby. So rock as much as you can. Maybe do it 20 times, 30 times until you feel there's some kind of a feeling in your joint where the femur attaches to your pelvic girdle. And you can do it on the other side as well. If you're watching a TV, I would sit and just do this whenever I have a lot of free time and I don't have much to do with my arms and legs. And once you do on your right and left, you stretch your legs out and relax. This will help you to loosen up the joints and ligaments around your hips. Now again, we go to Baddha Konasana position and move your heel slightly forward. So you will see a diamond inside your legs. Now inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, bend forward, touch the floor. See if you can do that. If it's difficult for you to do this, try to keep your hands on the floor and just drag your arms forward and come back up. Do it 3 times or even 4 times. The more and more you do a dynamic movement with your body, the static becomes much more easier because the joints are nice and warmed up. And when you stay in the static pose, it is allowing you to go deeper into the pose. And try to go as much as you can deeper, and you can stay up till 5 to 10 to 15 breaths. Once you do that, now see, mark your knee position of your right leg and bring your knee back and place your knee in the same place where it was before. But this leg position is slightly different. Now inhale, take your arms up, interlock your fingers. Exhale, bend forward, and inhale, come up. Let's do this 3 times. If you feel pain in your legs while you're doing this, then if you're feeling pain in ankle or your knee when you're doing this, just drop your palms like this. Don't do the movement and just stay here for a few breaths. If your knee hurts, that means your knee is getting strained because of your hip immobility. So try to place a blanket or a block under the knees, whichever knee is painful. Now you do that right side and turn to the other side. Stretch. So what we're doing here is trying to work on all the kind of little ligaments which are connecting our hips and our legs together. And let's stay for a few breaths. See how mobile your ankle is and enjoy that position. Now once you do this, try and do the other leg. Inhale, interlock your fingers, hands up. Exhale, bend forward. So if you feel doing it 3 times is a pain, just keep your hands on the floor and stretch, do a static stretch. The dynamic stretch will actually help to lubricate your joints. It's like adding more of a lubricant to your joints. And static is trying to improve the range of motion. So when you stay there for a long time, the mobility increases a little bit more. And inhale, you come back up and change to one leg and the other leg. The same what we did on the right side. Feel the breath. Don't be in a hurry to do anything. If you have pain, you should really relax. And again, you try and do the half Padmasana. You will feel there is already a lot of range. in your hip mobility. Now we're going to do another warming up exercise where you see both your legs, your shin bone is parallel to the mat, the edge of the mat, and toes are pointing forward, so ankles are nicely flexed. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, bend forward. So when you do this, there will be a little bit of a stretch in your gluteus muscle. If you don't feel any stretch, you can take your hands up. But if your knees are not touching the other leg, so you can put a blanket between the knee and the ankle and just keep your hands on your knees and push forward. Now you change the other side, your left leg on the floor, right leg up. If your right knee does not touch your left ankle, put a blanket between the ankle and the knee. And you go do 3 or 4 times like this. It depends on how much time you have to work on your hip mobility. Or you can place your hands on your knees and go down as well. Inhale, come up. Stretch your legs. Now bend your knees and slowly we're going to start working on our split. So come into all fours and take your right leg forward. Push your hips down as much as you can and lift your chest up. Now stay here for few breaths. I would say at least 10 breaths because I'm making this video. I just stayed there for few breaths. And exhale, bend down. So do a dynamic stretching. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, straighten your legs, point your toes, so you are stretching your hamstrings. Inhale up, exhale down. Do it a couple of times. Inhale and exhale. When you do this, your hamstrings get stretched, and when you go forward, your left leg's quadriceps and your psoas muscle get stretched. So only then you can get into a full split very easily. And you can stay in each position for few breaths. And now you walk your leg forward or the back leg backward. So you are at an angle and you're going to do the same kind of dynamic movement. Inhale, look up, exhale down. Inhale, look up, exhale down. Inhale, look up, exhale down. And you do it as much as you want and until you feel your leg is opening up, and go a little bit more further. Again, do the same kind of movement. Right? Inhale, look up, and you stay for few breaths. You can put a block between your palm on the floor and slowly lift your leg up as well. So from here, what you're going to do is going to go a little more deeper and see if that is where you're going comfortable, then you stay here. Let's stay for 5 to 10 breaths. If you're comfortable, slowly you go down and make sure your left knee is fully under. So your left knee should not turn to one side, right? And slowly come up and you repeat the same kind of movement on your left side. So that's about hip opening practice. Thank you very much for watching.